Talk, shop, pop, movies.
Ahoy there, this is Derek, the Convicted Cinephile, and if you're a convicted cinephile yourself, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel down below. On my channel, I like to talk, shop, and pop open, that is, movies and physical media. The SAG Award nominations are coming out on the 10th. That is this week. I can't believe everything's coming fast. Well, as soon as Christmas hits, it's like, bam. This will be my final SAG Film Awards nomination predictions video. I'm not going to change it after this. I just updated it. I didn't have to move much around, only a thing or two here and there. But these, for the most part, seem pretty safe. I would be shocked if I didn't get at least 4 out of 5 on every single one of these predictions. Not that I'm like always that accurate, but in some of these categories, there just doesn't seem to be too many options. I will be happy to be wrong once in a while, and I'll get there when we get there in specific categories. I'm just going to be looking at my Gold Derby predictions here. I'll be showing the image on the screen as I always do. So let's just start off with the big one, Best Film Ensemble. My predictions for this category are Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, Barbie, The Color Purple, and Poor Things. Color Purple is the one I'm the most worried about. It makes sense to get into this category. It's a very SAG-friendly thing. Big ensemble, musical, cast with TV and film stars and stage stars in it, all that kind of stuff. But the movie just hasn't been hitting great anywhere. Even Golden Globes, where it should have been like an easy Best Picture nominee, it couldn't even do that, which is shocking. But this is a new Golden Globes, as I say. I would be happy to see The Holdovers in here. I really love that movie. It's a small ensemble. It's essentially only 3 actors. I'm sure there'll be a couple more in there, but it's really the main 3 that will be the ones getting nominated, I think. And they're deserving. So if they got in there, I think it would be awesome. You have a movie like Air that could easily sneak in here. A lot of good actors in that everybody likes. Very SAG-friendly, as they say again. So those are a couple of them that I think could get in here, but these are, for the most part, the top 5s on Gold Derby. As far as what I think is going to win this category, who knows at this point, honestly. There's not one movie that screams like obvious winner for this year for SAG Ensemble. Poor Things has been missing in a lot of shows ensemble categories, but everyone's saying it's deserving. And I just from the cast alone, I can see why. Oppenheimer seems like an obvious guaranteed nominee. If that doesn't get in, that's ridiculous. That movie had a massive cast, a lot of really good actors with little bit parts in the movie, plus the main ensemble like Cillian Murphy, Downey Jr., Emily Blunt. And my favorite supporting role in the movie was David Krumholtz. He was probably my favorite, far and away, supporting actor in that film. And Josh Hartnett was awesome to see too as well. So there's a lot of cool actors in there that would get a SAG Ensemble nomination. And they don't always go for the biggest cast, but it can't hurt. Let's move on to Best Film Actress. We have Emma Stone for Poor Things, Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon, Annette Bening for Nyad, Carey Mulligan for Maestro, and Margot Robbie for Barbie. There's once again a handful of things that could sneak into here. You can have Fantasia Barrino for The Color Purple show up. Annette Bening, I don't know if she's going to make it into the Oscars. I could easily see her missing, but she is a legendary actress, and her getting into SAG seems easier than her getting into anything else. Margot Robbie seems too big to fail this year in this category, at least. I could see her missing at the Oscars as well. I think Sandra Hüller has a chance of getting nominated here, but I think she has a better chance of getting nominated at the Oscars. I think she's going to bump one of those 2 off, most likely Annette Bening. I think Emma Stone, Lily Gladstone, and Carey Mulligan are the most guaranteed here and there. And as far as who I think is going to win, once again, I think it's just down to Emma Stone and Lily Gladstone. We'll see who's going to win where. From what I've gathered, since I still have not had a chance to see Poor Things, damn it, Emma Stone is like revelatory throughout the whole film. Lily Gladstone is great. She's very subdued. She does a lot of acting just like with her eyes very well. And she's kind of like a smartass in the beginning of the movie, which I loved. She's great throughout the whole thing, but the middle chunk of the movie, she's just kind of, sorry to spoil things, she's ill through a lot of the movie, so she's kind of bedridden and doesn't do a whole lot, but she's always great. I mean, you have to act to pretend to be sick too, so it's not like she's not doing anything. but mostly the beginning and the end of the film are the strengths for her character, and there's a long while in the middle where we just kind of are missing her being there for the most part. So I think that helps Emma Stone with the win. The fact that she has won before, people always say can hurt her chances, but it shouldn't. It should be based on the performance, not the fact that she's already won. So it's a crapshoot. We'll just see what happens here. Like at least at the Golden Globes, they're in separate categories, so I think they're each going to get a guaranteed win this year. So that won't really help. If one of them loses at the Golden Globes, that might be a sign of weakness. But if they both win at the Globes, who knows? We'll have to see what happens at Critics' Choice next week. I can't believe the Golden Globes are already tomorrow, the 7th, and then the 14th is the Critics' Choice. It's ridiculous. Like I said, it comes fast once Christmas hits. So I'm gonna go with Emma Stone for Poor Things as my predicted winner as of right now. We'll see. I might change my mind once the Golden Globes and Critics' Choice happens. Best Film Actor, we have Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer, Bradley Cooper for Maestro, Paul Giamatti for The Holdovers, Jeffrey Wright. I moved in there. I did have someone else in there instead. I think I bumped Coleman Domingo for Jeffrey Wright. He's just in the stronger film overall. Either one could get in easily. And Leonardo DiCaprio for Killers of the Flower Moon. It would be cool if Coleman Domingo got in over one of the has been or has won actors before, like DiCaprio, for example. I really like him in Killers of the Flower Moon, but I like to see new actors get nominated for the first time in these categories. So it would be cool to see Coleman Domingo get in just for that reason alone. I need to watch the movie. It's on Netflix. I have no excuse not to have seen it. Same goes for Naiad at this point. I'm kind of like waiting to see if they end up getting nominated to finally watch them because I'm an asshole. But as far as what's going to win, I think it's a good race. It's a three-way race for now, I think. We'll see what wins where in Golden Globes and such. Between Killian Bradley and I think Paul Giamatti. Paul Giamatti is like as actors of an actor as you can get, so I think he has a very good shot at winning SAG. I kind of hope he does. He's the one I kind of want to see win the Oscar the most this year. I have seen those three performances. They're very different. So that's why I like all three of them. Bradley Cooper's is the most like box checking Oscar bait style performance with like the makeup transformation and playing a real person and all that stuff. So I could see him winning because it's like, I don't want to use the word cliche because I like him in the movie a lot, but it is like the cliche best actor winning performance type of movie. Like Gary Oldman in The Darkest Hour and stuff like that. Or Rami Malek, who I fucking hate that he won. Bradley Cooper should have won that year for Star Is Born. I've said that in like 10 other videos, but it's true. And Cillian Murphy, he is playing a real person, and it's an amazing performance, but it's a much more subtle internal performance, which are the kinds I like usually. Honestly, any of these three guys could win, and it'd be a first time win for any of them, at the Oscars at least. And I would love that. I will be happy with honestly any of these actors winning. It's that good of a category. But my heart wants Paul Giamatti to win the season out. Personally, I would love Cillian Murphy to win an Oscar. Bradley Cooper, he's just so overdue at this point. He'll end up like 0 for 12 if he doesn't win something this year. It's ridiculous. But Cillian Murphy will at least be getting his first nomination after decades of solid work. Film supporting actress, we have Divine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers, Emily Blunt for Oppenheimer, Danielle Brooks for The Color Purple, I don't know why I brain farted there, and Jodie Foster for Naiad, and Julianne Moore for May December. I had Viola Davis in here because I just thought SAG loves Viola Davis and she gets nominated for everything. She still might. I think she still is number 5 on Gold Derby, but she's been missing everywhere. She didn't even get into Critics' Choice or Golden Globes with 6 nominees. SAG is her likeliest spot to hit, but Julianne Moore has been getting it everywhere, and she's just as beloved as of an actress as Viola Davis, I would imagine. Same goes for Jodie Foster. She's been getting it everywhere too. So are one of the Clarice Starlings going to get bumped out for Viola Davis, even though she's not going to end up getting in at the Oscars? Probably. It could happen, but I'm just going statistically as these people have been getting in everywhere so far, so I'm going with them, and I'll get a few more points out of it because Julianne Moore, like I said, is under Viola Davis on Gold Derby's odds, which doesn't really make sense other than the fact that they fucking love Viola Davis. And finally, Best Film Supporting Actor. There's only 5 categories, so it's nice and quick. The SAG Awards. That's why I like them. They're to the point. My nominees here are what I think are the top five: Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer, Ryan Gosling for Barbie, Mark Ruffalo for Poor Things, Charles Melton for May December, and Robert De Niro for Killers of the Flower Moon. I think I had Willem Dafoe in first, and I haven't updated this since I had seen May December, so it was that long ago. And I think Charles Melton seems like more of a sure thing. He's been winning a lot of critics awards. He's been getting in everywhere except for the BAFTA long list, which watched that video yesterday. He was to me the biggest shock pre-snub, if you will, of that entire thing. The fact he didn't even make the top 10 to get nominated is ridiculous. I thought maybe they just hated the movie or something, or didn't see it, something like that. But Julianne Moore still got in. The movie still got in for like screenplay and a couple other things. So they saw it. Apparently, they just didn't think much of Mr. Melton, so maybe he's not their thing. But it's a very subdued performance, and it was fantastic, especially from an actor who I don't think I've ever seen in anything before. But Willem Dafoe could easily get in here because he's Willem Dafoe. Like he's an once again, he's an actor's actor. He's a worker. They love him. He could get in, but Melton has been doing better this year. Sterling K. Brown, once again, for American Fiction. SAG loves him too. They like to nominate him for lots of stuff all the time. He could get in for the same reason, like I was talking about with Viola Davis, except for he did get in at Critics' Choice. So he at least has a nomination under his belt already this year for that film. And that will probably be a Best Picture nominee, or at the very least, get in for many a thing, including like screenplay and lead actor. So there's a few names that could pop in here just because they're damn well respected actors. But these are what I consider the top five. So we'll see where that goes. And I think by the end of it, the supporting awards will go to Divine Joy Randolph, who has literally swept the season so far, and Robert Downey Jr., who, while he hasn't been getting a ton of critics wins, they don't normally go for the bigger movies, the critics awards. He has gotten some. Mark Ruffalo has been getting a lot. Charles Melton's been getting most of them. I think Robert Downey Jr. is just going to sweep the televised award season. I've said it already, but it's going to start off tomorrow at the Globes. He's going to win. Everyone's going to say, yay, Robert Downey Jr. is amazing. We all love him, and we've loved him for 40 goddamn years now. He's been that's how is it? That's crazy. I'm old. He's been acting for as long as I've been alive, basically. And so maybe he's old. I don't know. He's overdue in the sense that he has done work that has not been recognized, and he is Robert Downey Jr. for God's sakes. He is the epitome of actor who everyone loves, who crashed and burned and was reborn as the Phoenix that he now is, and is like the highest paid movie star ever because he earned it, damn it. And now he's going to earn his Oscar after 40 years of work, and it'll be fantastic. Those are my thoughts on the SAG Award nominations. Watch me get everything wrong. Not everything, that's impossible. How what the hell would get nominated if I got everything wrong? That would be a fun game. Let's do that sometime. But anyway, the Golden Globes are Sunday the 7th. These nominations come out on the 10th. I will be doing a reaction video to that ASAP when they are announced. Watch the videos, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time.
Talk, shop, pop, movies.